And now I'd like to share a message from my guide Anya, who often speaks about patterns as opportunities for growth. I'm just going to take a few moments to bring Anya through and see what she has to say on this topic. Yes, we're here. We are very interested in helping you to understand this from a spiritual perspective. So looking at different ways in which the patterns can show up in your life. One way is to understand the connection between your thoughts, the thoughts that you're thinking, and also the emotions that you are experiencing, because your emotions lead you to an understanding of whether the thoughts that you're thinking are in alignment with positivity or unconditional love, or whether you are acting out of a predisposition coming from perhaps some of the programming, some of the societal or even familial programming. And it can be a quick way to engage and understand what might be driving the thoughts, the emotions, the feelings that you are experiencing on a day-to-day basis. So when we talk about looking at things from a higher plane or from a higher spiritual perspective, we're giving you an understanding that the emotions will lead you into an awareness. And awareness is looking at things from a higher vantage point. And when you can bring an awareness, a broader perspective to some of the problems and the challenges that you're facing, as an example was given earlier of self-doubt or that inner criticism that perhaps can come from a feeling of fear of failure or any kind of emotional block. We usually find that when there is a great desire to achieve something, then quite often there is great resistance, because it has an energy of pressure that comes because it is a desired outcome. And when you focus on the desired outcome, it can take you out of the present moment and bring you into that energy of concern. And when you can take a few moments to reflect, this is the part we feel that humans keep themselves so busy in their day-to-day world that they go from moment to moment without giving adequate time to really just softening into the reflective phase. We would like to introduce moments that you can find and create time for positive reflection, such as when you're going to bed. You can tap in with a Reiki session where you can give yourself healing, bring your hands to your body, and just allow yourself to have that intention to look back upon your day and look at where there were perhaps some struggles, or where you're experiencing difficulty, or where self-doubt comes up and starts to limit your experiences. And when you take the time to work with Reiki, you can often reflect back on, where is this coming from? Where is the thought, the feeling that is creating the anxiety or the worry or the tension? And quite often when you allow yourself to explore, it's recognizing then that there's a belief inherent that perhaps can be addressed or can be understood. And it is not simply about recognizing or identifying where you're right or where you're wrong. It is looking at just deepening your understanding. And sometimes the programs and beliefs are created when you're quite young, or created when you're in a different circumstance or experience, that it is beneficial to address them and sometimes look at those limiting beliefs and changing them out. And it is as simple as identifying them, perhaps that feeling of, oh, what if, in Lisa's case, what if there is not an adequate channel, or what if she's not able to clear her mind to the degree with which she can bring through our wisdom and our clarity. And that limiting belief is something that has created a stumbling block for her in her pathway forward. And it is understanding and identifying that that limiting belief does not serve her. And in fact, when she actually reflects back over the past, she's aware that we're able to interact with you through her, even though she has doubts and insecurities around her ability to channel clear and effective messages. So we use this as an example for those that are starting to learn how to trust their intuition and starting to blend with their guides and starting to get intuitive insights and messages through, it is quite common that the mind has an ability to sit alongside the channeled messages, still arguing about its relevance and whether the message is clear enough or whether the message is profound enough. And this comes back down to, in this example, the human's intention and the human's expectation on oneself. This example can be applied across multiple different things that you struggle with, whether it's coming from a desire to want to be needed by those around you, whether it comes from a desire to want to keep others happy. And there are all kinds of things that drive our behavior and therefore give us those emotions and experiences based on the thoughts and the beliefs that are held deep within the consciousness. A belief is just a thought that you keep thinking, and so it can easily be challenged and replaced. This is what is necessary when you are wanting to change your state in order to move into more grace and flow. It can be done within a meditation process or within just some quiet self-reflection, or it can be done with the guidance of a healer or a channel or a medium or even a friend that can allow you the space to explore some of those deeper thoughts behind the actions. So we hope this has been helpful in order to give you our perspective on the topic today, and we now will hand you back to Lisa. Namaste. Okay, I never quite know what Anya's going to say before, so I just trust, which isn't always easy, as she just pointed out, trust that she'll come through and that she'll have a message that's relevant and valuable. So if you did like the message and found it helpful, please let me know. It's always nice to know that her messages and my messages are reaching you where you need them